All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are good. Listen, it's another day. We're getting closer and closer to D Day. All right, people. If you don't know what D Day is, D Day when the landing was done, right? When it's the end. The I think it was World War II or something like that. Something, yeah. But anyway, D-Day is around the corner, and D-Day will be on Thursday when Man United take on Lyon, right? So, yeah, it is like that. But guys, welcome everybody. Smash those likes as you're coming in. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Um, 1906. Yeah, listen, man. Today we need to have some peace. No, nothing. It's football. Anyway, we're gonna talk about this Thierry Henry going at one of our players. Hey, what's up with my Thierry Henry going after one of our young 18-year-old players, right? Which is a disgraceful thing to do when it comes to our 18-year-old, soon to be phenom. And this kid he's French too, right? So it's pretty mad, really, what he did. All right, it's pretty mad what he did. But okay, I see we're good there. All right, cool. 1906, welcome, man. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Leny Yoro has posted a cryptic message on social media after being criticized by Thierry Henry and Jamie Carragher following Manchester United 4-1 defeat by Newcastle. Listen, one thing we're going to do, Man United people, is we're going to protect our young guys, all right? This was not fair, the way he was treated, so we got to protect them. All right, Euro 19 was a subject of fierce rebuke by Henry as a former Arsenal star analyzed United's latest dismal showing on Monday Night Football. Henry claimed that the young defender had done something he had never seen before after Harvey Barnes scored his second goal in the Newcastle thumping win at United. All right, the footage, if you haven't seen it yet, the footage shows Yoro looking at the assistant referee in the immediate aftermath of the Barnes goal, which Henry believed demonstrated how Manchester United were lacking their opposition's desire, right? So basically, Leny Yoro, after the goal went in, he kind of turned and looked at the ref, which is it's a normal movement of a lot of these a lot of defenders do that, right? You turn to see, okay, maybe am I going to get bailed out by the ref, by the linesman or something? Maybe the guy was offside or something like that. So it was a normal thing for him to do. But the way Henry was describing it as if it's like, this is embarrassment. How can you do that? You are playing for United, and the kid is only 18. All right, he's only 18. Which the way they were talking about it in this aspect, Henry and Carragher, they had posted a tweet out there talking about that particular situation. If the amount of rebuke they got was so bad, they had to take that tweet down, right? Because everybody, even if you're not a United fan, whatever, seeing the criticism based on this kid, 18-year-old, it was, everybody could see that was embarrassing. Basically, it was talking about something that it's normal. Most defenders do normal. Even the likes of Van Dijk, you name it. They legends in the game. They do that. When a goal goes in, they kind of be looking at the linesman or the ref to see, okay, was there a foul or something like that, right? A normal thing. So, but the way they made it look like it was like this craziness. So, which is such an embarrassing thing because him being an ex Ghana, a legend of the game, really, if you think about it, Henry, he has been around. And honestly, I like Henry. I like his punditry. He's very good at, breaking down games and stuff like that. But to sink this low, to go after this kid, right, who is also a French player, it's a disgrace, right? Knowing that this kid is just learning his trade, man. He's just trying to get there, and then you go after him like that. That was embarrassing, man. So I'm glad that he got such a huge backlash. People, smash those likes, hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And if you're new, I am Luther. This is Man United Central. People, welcome, right? And I'm glad that he got that the backlash of huge proportion that Sky decided to take down the tweet because they were like, listen, yeah, this here we're not going to tolerate it because it's ridiculous, right? Ex-Ghana star was later attacked on social media by fans accusing him of uncomfortable and borderline embarrassing criticism of a fellow Frenchman and their cheap in the toilet punditry, while Carragher deleted a post where he had responded to Sky Sports clip of the analysis with 4 weeping emojis. Yoro appeared to respond to the pundits on Instagram on Tuesday night as he posted a verse from the Bible along with a picture of him on his hunches at St. James's Park. All right. Now the post is in French, but he's basically saying, "Listen, man, the only thing you can do is just to pray and hope that things end up working for you." Basically, yeah. The quote in English is like Yoro wrote, "Don't worry about anything, but in all your prayers, ask God for what you need. Always asking Him with a thankful heart." That's a proper kid right there, man. Leny Yoro. He didn't stoop down to the level of saying, you know what, how can this legend come at me like this, a fellow Frenchman? So I'm glad that he responded with a cryptic Bible verse right there, and I'm sure Henri got that message, and he should be embarrassed of himself to doing that. Tony, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Welcome, Maximus. Welcome, Manchester United versus Real Madrid. Who wins? Come on, man. Manchester United every day and twice on Sunday. 1906 is saying, hello, man. Today, okay, cool. I see the 1906. I'm Portuguese, and I want okay. Come on. You respect, you're always going to get it, man. 1906, Aston Villa versus yeah, man. Villa was eliminated today. We're going to talk about Villa, man. Tony, okay. Yeah. So, all right. Maximus, are you Maximus, is he German? I like the name Maximus. But yeah. So the whole the way Henri went after Leny Yoro, it's a disgrace because we as Man United fans, man, we gotta protect our young players. They're always gonna be facing attack from these pundits, especially now when they know United we're down. They look for everything, man, to go at us, right? Because obviously in that game they couldn't see anything else. They decided to go after this kid, right? The kid who's honestly he has been playing really well, all right, for his age and the type of situation he's been put in at Man United. It's not the best situation for a young kid to, start your career, but he always steps up. He doesn't complain. He plays his football, and he's going to get better, right? So instead of you encouraging this kid, you go at him by cheap punditry, where I'm glad social media for once, right? I'm glad social media, they did the right thing. They went after Henri because they're like, listen, Henri, you are an experienced, you are a legend of the game. You cannot be doing punditry like that. That is a disgrace. So I like that. All right. So yeah. So this was good. This was to me was a positive thing when it comes. Social media usually gets a lot of a bad rap most of the time, right? But this was good because they saw right through it, right? They knew that Henri, Carragher, they hate United, obviously. So they had to find something to hit us when we're down. We know our team is messed up, right? We know our team is crapola, but we do not need unnecessary punditry that doesn't make any sense, right? Criticize us on our dedication on the ball, the way we played against Newcastle. That was that was embarrassing, yes, because our players didn't show up. Yeah, criticizes on that, but not on this this kid who's just getting into the groove of things at United. Yeah, that is true, Tony. Yeah, we suck. What about it? Exactly. Tell us something that we don't know. Huh? Yeah, we know. We suck. But you know what? on Thursday, we are going to win. All right. All right. We're going to shut these people up on Thursday, man. But yeah, enough with that story about Henri, because that story, pissed off a lot of, United fans, especially, and non-United fans. They could see through that. And for once, we saw that the people who are, I don't know, Ten Hag outers, everybody was kind of united on this situation here. We have that. We need to protect our young guns. We're going to take the lion down. Yes, sir. You know what, Tony? I like you. I like your energy already, man. I like that energy. Yeah, we got to. We got to. But yeah, man. Let's talk about Champions League, man. Aston Villa today. Listen, I did not expect. I didn't watch the entire game because of work and all that. But I caught the one they were already like 3 up or something like that. Yeah, man. Villa, they played well, man. I gotta give it to them. And Rashford. Hey, man, listen. No wonder this guy is trending on socials, right? Marcus Rashford today was unplayable, right? Marcus Rashford was unplayable today, all right? He was unplayable. Pure class, all right? Against PSG, Marcus Rashford created more chances, 4, completed more dribbles, 4, and created more big chances, 2, than any other player on the pitch. No player on the pitch registered more assists, 1, than Rashford versus PSG. His best performance of the season, hands down. Big up Marcus Rashford. That's what's up, man. That's what we want to see, man. We want to see more of that. All right, Marcus, more of that. You listen, we know you have that in your locker, right? When he's on it, he is on it. You know what I mean? So please play like that more games. I was really hoping that they can get the equalizer and then go to extra time or something like that, because I wanted Aston Villa to pull the biggest upset of all times. But again, PSG, they had quality. But today, Marcus Rashford, he deserves his flowers. Everybody's praising him, right? And of course, most of us, like, listen, we want him to shine and do his thing, right? And to see him playing with a smile and knowing that he has that in his locker to play very well, it's good. We want this, because we got to remember, people, Aston Villa, they have a big decision to make by the end of the season. Asensio or Rashford. They are not going to be able to keep both of them, right? So, come on. Based on this performance, Aston Villa, it is simple. I don't know why you would even try to decide who. It's Rashford. But again, Asensio has been banging in goals, man. Apparently, Asensio has scored more goals at Villa than he has done at PSG. So, it's going to be tough. And I think maybe Asensio is cheaper. And, it's one of those. But Rashford, please continue doing what you're doing, because it is the right thing to do. All right? Because the more they feel that they cannot afford to lose you, the more they will want to try to come up with a deal. And we definitely listen. We are praising you, but it's not like we want you back, Rashford. Don't get things misconstrued, right? We are praising you because you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, Rashford. You're doing something that we know you are capable of, right? So please keep cooking, Rashi. 1960 say Rashford, I hope he goes to another team other than United. That's what we want. 1906, for us Man United fans, we want him to go somewhere else, right? And I know PSG it could be a destination for him, right? And of course, Aston Villa, they may want to keep him, but again, they have a PSR situation. Even though Tony, they got that Duran money, they're still under PSR issues. Right, they have to offload some players in the summer, right? So that could be a situation where we may see Rashford coming back home, and then he comes here to the US with us on preseason, and then while they're working on a deal to have him out of the door. We heard reports that he was going to have a clear air talks with Ruben Amorim, but Ruben Amorim has already expressed the fact that he doesn't want Rashid back at United. So that fact is clear, and a lot of us United fans, we already kind of past that. We're like, okay, enough is enough, Rashi. You can do this, but we know you can kick on, but at one point you're gonna dip, and then yeah, we don't want that. We want to move on. We were gonna remember the memories, but we gotta move on. You know. Tony say, I want to run money. I know, man. This team no longer reaches 58 points in the league. Oh, yeah. Talking about that. Yes, Manchester United, we are going to finish this season the lowest point total for like 15 years or something like that, or more than that, actually. I'm trying to find that quote. But yeah, this finish after we got beat by Newcastle, it guaranteed us the lowest point total. Kind of like it could be, I want to say ever, but no. But I think it's like 2 decades or something like that. So it is bad. It is bad. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it is 1906. You are saying it correctly, man. It's a shame, but we know we're shite. We know. All right, people. Smash a like for Man United, man. Smash a like for Manchester United that we are gonna be back, people. We're gonna be back. Don't you worry about it. All right, don't you worry about it. We're gonna be back. This is just a temporary blip. All right. Hopefully, it doesn't continue after the summer spree that we're gonna have, right? And talking about a spree, in order for us to actually rebuild properly, we need money that's going to come from Champions League football. All right. Champions League football, we win Europa, we are in. All right. We get Champions League football, we get the 100 million. Happy days, we go shopping. We more chance of bringing in players. All right. 5 to 10 years to be champions. Now, maybe I'll say 4 years. 4 years. All right. So yeah, a big game for us on Thursday, man. Big game. All right. People, go ahead, and also we do have a Discord community. If you haven't joined yet, what are you doing? Join us in the Discord, please. The link is on the chat there. Tony the Great will be dropping it if he hasn't done so already, but I'm sure he has. I may have not seen it. Yeah, join the Discord. All right. Appreciate you. All right, other news. According to the Mirror, Manchester United have rejected Real Betis' approach to extend Antony's loan for one more season. Manchester United are looking to sell him permanently. I love this. All right. I was against the whole extending the loan thing, right? I was against it because, listen, we cannot keep on carrying this baggage, right? We need to find a way to just get rid of it. That way it's out of our hands, we move on. And then we figure out what we're going to do with this team. Instead of just having the Sanchos hanging out there and then Antony's and Rashford's, no, we sell and get rid and keep it moving. Antony is disrespectful. He spoke badly to Captain Bruno on the field. That's never done. When is this? 1906. When did you see this? 1906. I don't remember this. He talked badly to Bruno Fernandes. He did. But again, players they're gonna disagree from time to time. It's allowed, but it's all with respect. You can disagree, but once you go back to the dressing room, you can fight it out. But at the end of the day, when you step onto the field, you're one team, one goal, in one destination that you're trying to get to, right? And for us is that Europa League final and winning it. Tony saying there it is. Sorry. Oh no. Okay. Appreciate that, Tony. Appreciate that. You are the man. So in other news, people, I'm sure you have seen it, that our striker, 9.5, unfortunately, he is going to be out. Let's see what is the quote saying exactly. That is Joshua Zirkzee. Joshua Zirkzee will miss several weeks with a hamstring injury that could rule him out for the rest of the season, right? So Zirkzee could be out for the rest of the season. That to me, man, this news was devastating, man. I'm like, we cannot win, right? We cannot win, man. You know, this is according to Sammy Mackable from the BBC. So we cannot win. You know, whenever we are like, okay, you know, Zirkzee is kind of showing us what he can do. You know, Zirkzee trying to show like, listen, man, I'm here to stay. I can do something. This happens. Like, yeah, it's safe to assume that we're cursed, right? Cursed FC. The injury bug is back. You know, because in other reports too, Matthias de Ligt, we still haven't got his report. What's the deal with him, right? That's another one which, and just the fact that they haven't said anything, it could be something not so good. Zirkzee, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Welcome, man. Welcome. Barca wasn't looking like Barca today. Tony, yeah, man. Dude, it's so crazy. Barca, PSG, they didn't look like themselves today, right? They didn't look like themselves, but that's what I'm saying. Man, listen. At one point, we're gonna preview the Arsenal Madrid game. Oh my gosh, that game is gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice, right? It is going to be nice. But yeah, we saw today, and I'm sure teams like Arsenal, they should be worried. Arsenal should be worried because seeing what happened to these teams today, PSG, they almost did not get through. Barca, they almost did not get through. They struggled. They had to actually play, you know. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Let's see. What else we got going on? So Rooney had said this. Rooney had said this about Rashford. He said that I have to congratulate Marcus Rashford. I thought he was fantastic. His talent, his skill, his ability to provoke the opponent. I hope he goes back to Manchester United and plays like he did today. That's what we all want to see as Manchester United fans. He wants to play for Manchester United 100%. He's a Manchester boy, but he needs to play. But he needed to play. Marcus Rashford, in an ideal world, would want to play and leave a legacy in Manchester. I don't think if that is possible, but that is what I think he wants. You know, so it's one of those. Dave Niker. Hello. Hola, brother. Hola. It's Dave from South Africa. Phoenix, Durham. What up, man? Dave, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Listen, Dave. Yes. From your mouth to God's ears. You know, that's it. Listen, man. Honestly. Yeah. We got to win, man. We got to win. You know. And the thing is, the problem is now facing Lyon. Lyon will be coming to Old Trafford with a little bit of chest. They'll be like, we saw what you guys, how you played Newcastle. You guys are in shambles. You know, we should be able to dispatch you no problem. All right. Let's see. We got Fiverr. What up? Welcome, Fiverr. Good to see you. People, smash those likes. Hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. Good to see you, everybody. Good to see you all. That's what's up. 1906 is saying there was a confusion in training between Rudiger and Jude. Or what? What did they do? They were fighting? You know? But, okay, back to United real quick before we jump into that. Just the fact that Rooney wants Marcus back to United, I don't know. It's one of those things right now. Of course, some people watching him play like this, they'll be like, you know what, man? Honestly, like right now, if we had Rashford, he will probably cook. He'll probably cook. But nah, man, I think Rashford's run is done. Dave, do you want Rashford back at United? I mean, no. Rexy saying, I don't think Mbappe meant it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't think he did, man. I don't think Mbappe meant that. Did you see Ronaldo's goal? Rexy, no, I did not. I did not. Yeah, man, Fiverr, good to see you. Good to see you. Obrigado, Ronaldo Sporting. Dave is saying we should not underestimate Lyon, but I am expecting us to win on Thursday. Thanks for the shout out. Listen, Dave, man, that's what's up, man. Good to have you here, bro. Ronaldo did a volley. Okay. All right. You know what? I'll stay focused. I'll get to it. Someone drop it in the Discord, man. Drop it in the Discord. That way we can check it out. Other people can also enjoy. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I got everybody. Yeah. So that's a huge shout out for Rashford there. By obviously some of these pundits today, they liked what they saw with Rashi. They know that he has that in his locker. So hey, we shall see. David saying, not sure I want Rashi back. I think he is not like he used to play. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But today, man, he looked the good old Rashi, man. Today he played like a good old Rashi that we know he is a pain to face when he's coming at you full speed and all that, right? And he looks fit, man. He looks fit, which is good. But may he continue to do that, because that's what will give us the money. We need the money. All right, we need the money. But let's see what else is going on with United before we pivot to other stories. Manchester United have moved ahead of Manchester City in the race to sign Ederson, who is valued at 60 million by Atalanta. I don't understand. All these players, 60 million, everybody. Cunha, 60 million. Ederson, 60 million. Who are we going to sign, and where is this money going to come from? Right? I mean, jeez, everybody's 60 million. I mean, I do like Ederson, but golly. Jeremy Frimpong is a long-term target of United, and they have continued to keep tabs on him this season. However, there is hope that the right wing-back situation could be solved internally, meaning Amadinho internally, right? Should a move be pursued in that position, Roger Fernandez is also the target, right? So I think that the right wing back position with Amadinho available to play that side, they may kind of calm it down a little bit and figure out these other areas, because now all of a sudden we have a goalkeeper situation that we have to address. 1906 is saying 100 million for Gyökeres. Yeah, no. I think Gyökeres is gonna go somewhere else, man. I think Arsenal. Rashi playing well for Villa reminds me of when you play a new or a different guitar from your own. Yeah. You all of a sudden get out of rut and make up something. Yeah, exactly, man. Because you're like, man, this feels different. I like this. That's what's up. Good analogy there. Roger Fernandez from Braga. Yeah. That's the guy. Well, definitely, I think United, we are going to sign a Portuguese player in the summer. And of course, it's going to be a young kid. So that's why we're looking at Roger Fernandez. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can get him. Rexy is saying that we need an Arab owner. Look at Newcastle under Arab owners. Arabs just have good business skills with money. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like oil money kind of thing, right? Where money is unlimited. But the thing is, like with Newcastle is the richest club, right? When it comes to ownership and all this. But they cannot just splash cash because they're not bringing in money, because they'll be hit with that PSR situation. Right now, Newcastle can buy any player if they wanted to, right? But they can't because they're not bringing in revenue. Like, for example, like United. If United had ownership like Newcastle, then it could have worked out, because we're bringing money from other sources, tickets and around the world, jerseys and all this stuff. So we're bringing in revenue, even though we're still in debt thanks to the Glazers, but we are bringing in revenue. So it could have worked better for us, right? That's why a lot of us wanted Sheikh Jassim when we were trying to, the Glazers were trying to sell. I wanted Sheikh Jassim, man. I was like, listen, man, throw in that, that oil money, right? But it didn't work out. We got Sir Jim, and we are stuck with him, right? It's true, but look where Newcastle. Yeah, so it's Newcastle. The way they've had to do it is they had to be very smart with their spending, and Eddie Howe in that team was able to create a specific team, like special players, strong, like energetic and all this, but none of them is really like big names or big egos, none of that stuff. Those guys are hard-working ballers, and that's the problem with us is we were stuck with prima donnas and overpaid players who don't want to run for the jersey, which is embarrassing, right? And that is right now the problem that we're in. That's why Ruben Amorim, he's trying to get rid of these players. That way you can start building a working team. Right now, this team is not working, right? It's players who cannot play in the system, players who are overpaid. They don't feel like they need to work as hard, right? Because playing Newcastle, I don't know which player of ours could actually go into that Newcastle team and start, right? Maybe Bruno, right? But again, Bruno Guimaraes, he's fire, So it's tough where you are big United, going against Newcastle. Basically, Newcastle blew us out of the water, and a lot of teams they're going to do that to us if huge change does not happen in this team, right? Because right now the way we're going, it's going to be tough. But what up, man? Good to see you. Zirkzee saying with Arab owners would be doing better and look toward a brighter future. Yep, that's true. That's true because we wouldn't have money issues. Zirkzee, whenever you don't have to worry about money, come on, man. Life is beautiful. That's how it is. Whenever you don't have to worry about money, then life is beautiful. Things start working out. Newcastle right now, I'll be surprised if they let Isak go, right? Because they're going places. I know Isak is going to be wanted by a lot of these big teams, right? But they don't have to sell him. They don't need the money, right? But they're going to have to build that team because now, if they make it to the Champions League, they're going to need a bigger team, a bigger squad, and yeah, obviously they're going to buy smartly, and they're going to buy players who fit in Eddie Howe's style, and they're going to continue being stronger. So that's the problem too with United. Most of these teams that we're challenging with, Newcastle, Aston Villa, who else? Crystal Palace, all of them, Nottingham Forest, everybody is going to be reinforcing, right? So if we're not going to do the same, then we're going to be in trouble. 1906, thank you so much for being here, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. See you same time, same place tomorrow. All right, where we're going to be here, rubbing our hands on an Arsenal capitulation, right? Which we shall see. But yeah, so United, we have to rebuild, right? Right. Bart said hi. Yeah, welcome, Bart. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting to see what we're going to do in the summer. A lot and everything rides on this Thursday shenanigans, right? Eclipse AE, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Welcome. We have been rebuilding for years, bro. Dude, I know. This is so crazy. I saw it. I need to do a better job about arranging these clips that I see on X. So there was one that this is our second rebuild, right? The other one we just did with Eric Ten Hag, 600 million. Yeah, that was a rebuild, and now we're trying to, get rid of pretty much all that, and then start over again. So yeah, it's I understand, but mistakes were made, right? Ineos made this. So basically, all these that we're facing now is Ineos, right? Because they knew that they're gonna get rid of Erik ten Hag. Why give him the money? Just get rid of the guy and then bring in someone else. So now you gave him the money. Now you're stuck. You're stuck with the players who don't work in this new manager who you brought in, supposed to carry us forward, right? Instead of, if that was the case, then you should have gotten a manager who can actually work with these players, right? So it's tough. Zirkzee saying we have been reviewed for, yeah, okay, see that, Tony. NSR7, what up, what up, what up, man? All right, NSR7, I'll check out the new edit. People, check out Mr. NSR7 edits. He's doing his thing. Hit him with the subscribe if you haven't done so already. His channel is growing. Zirkzee saying, can we please talk about Onana? Onana, what's his name? Onana. Listen, first of all, let me drop in a quick poll, because we have quite a few family members here. We've done this poll before. Onana. All right. Hope I didn't jack up Bayandir's name. Yeah, people, we got that poll. That poll is, a lot of people, they're wondering now, what is Ruben Amorim gonna do? According to reports, people, Andre Onana switched his agent. There were some reports that his new agent, he's more tailored to helping players move to the Saudi league. That's his specialty, right? That's what some of the reports were saying. So he did go to Carrington with his agent day before yesterday, I think, day before yesterday. So there were some talks there going on, but apparently switching agent, has nothing to do with him leaving. Ideally, he really wants to stay at United. And honestly, and another thing is, not only staying, he may want a pay rise. All right, he wants to have a discussion on his pay situation, because I think there was I read somewhere that missing out on Champions League and all this stuff, it kind of interfered with, I don't know, some of his salary or something like that. So now he wants to renegotiate, right? So it's a tricky situation there, right? It's a tricky situation, but according to reports, Onana really does not want to leave. He wants to stay. And the problem is now, if he stays, ideally we will not, according to Chris Wheeler, Manchester United, the goalkeeping situation was not really a priority, right? They were willing to say, you know what, we're going to stick with Onana until maybe next summer and then find a solution then. But now with all these issues, the mistakes, now they're like, okay, cool, we may need to make some changes here, right? We may need to make some changes here. So there's that discussion going on, right? But the problem is, to sell Onana, you need to get at least close to 30 million, right? Who's going to give you that money? Most likely it's only the Saudis, right? And that's the big issue there, right? Who's going to give you the money? And also that we are losing Heaton, all right? So we need to bring in another keeper anyway. And also Bayandir, he would want to be at a number one position, right? So he may leave too. So if Bayandir leaves, we need to bring in two keepers. So if we're going to bring in two keepers, Onana ain't going nowhere, people. He ain't going nowhere. Because one of the keepers is going to be a young guy that we're going to bring in, because obviously we cannot pay crazy money, because goalkeeper market right now, the keepers are expensive. So we're not going to spend crazy money. So we have to bring in a young kid. So it's going to be a young kid. And I also saw reports that we're linked with Ramsdale. So Ramsdale apparently is like 20 something, so 20 million. So it could be one of those situations. You bring in Ramsdale for a little bit, and then later on get rid of Ramsdale, because there was a reason why Ramsdale was kicked out of Arsenal, right? Because he has limitations. So it's tricky. It's very tricky. The situation with Onana, right? But yeah, Rexy said, can we please talk about Onana? He had the nerves to give Matic verbal. Yeah, man, he should not have done that. That messed him up, right? That messed him up. You know, he should not have started that mess with Matic, because that kind of threw him off his game, even though we already knew he had issues. But adding that, it was no bueno. Hey, Rexy, I see that Bart is saying the Steelers should sell. They have dug a hole too deep. The Steelers should sell. Bart, who should sell who? I know the Steelers are trying to secure their quarterback, right? Pixie saying Onana, I can save Onana. I can't save Onana. I can't save Onana. I can't save. Onana is embarrassing the Africans, man. You know, we had hopes for him. You know, that he could, make history. Should Onana play against Lyon? Rexy, did you see that the poll? I put the poll up there. Do you want to start Onana, or you want to start Altai Bayandir? Right, the techish delight. Mr. Is that Mr. Man? Hello. What up? What up? I can see is rocking the Barca. Welcome, people. Bart is saying Lunin. Oh, okay. Interesting. Resters for goal, 19-year-old and shining in league. Yeah. That's what we're gonna have to do. Right now, ideally, with United, what they're trying to do, what their game plan was to bring in a young goalkeeper. Remember, guys, the way we got De Gea. When we signed De Gea, we signed him as a young keeper, and he with time he grew into be that, the legend he is, right? And that's what they would want to do: bring in a young goalkeeper and groom him to take over that shirt, the number one spot. So that's what they'll be trying to do, because of course, if you get a young goalkeeper, you're not going to pay much money, and it can work out, right? So it's definitely a tricky situation when it comes to the goalkeeping right now. It was not part of the plan, but now they may have to. You have the number one priority: striker, goalkeeper, and then you figure out the other stuff. It's crazy. 1960 Lukaku won't let me. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So, it's definitely going to be one of those situations where I would not be surprised if Onana is here next season. According to the Mail, they're saying that Mail Sport, Andre Onana wants to stay at Manchester United this summer despite interest from Europe and Saudi Arabia. Onana and his family are settled in Northwest, having bought a house earlier this year, with Andre wanting to make a success of his Old Trafford career, right? Dude is comfortable, man. He's there, listen, I really don't want to go. But brother, your mistakes, they gotta go. I know you don't want to go, but your mistakes gotta go, Onana. All right. So, it's one of those. It's one of those that it's going to be very tricky to see how it's going to work out. Chris Wheeler said Andre Onana wants to stay at Manchester United this summer despite interest from Europe and Saudi Arabia. Yeah, we saw that. So, yeah, it is going to be a very, very, very interesting summer in all aspects of our club, really. Right. Onana, in an interview, admitted he is in bad form. Yeah, that's an old one. I saw that. The one that has like an ESPN Rexy. Yeah, I did see that. And he did say, from that interview, he did say, listen, man, I really don't care. I know what I'm capable of, all right? But I really don't care. I can handle it. And honestly, if you look for someone with the Cajones or someone with that strong belief in himself to wear that Manchester United #1 jersey, you need a person like him. You need a person with a character to be able to handle the goalkeeping position at Man United. It is a tough position at Man United because you make a mistake, it gets blown up all over the world because when you make a mistake, goals go in. But other players on the field, they can make mistakes, but they're not going to be as, amplified as a goalkeeper, right? So you got to have something with you as a goalkeeper for Man United to handle that pressure. Like, Schmeichel, Van der Sar, those guys had, they stood tall and they could take that criticism, right? So um, that being the case, it's going to require a certain type of goalkeeper. And honestly, we know that Andre Onana is not Ruben Amorim's goalkeeper. Ruben Amorim would want to get rid of dude ASAP, but because of the money situation, he may be kind of stuck. AKS 97, what's going on, brother? I didn't acknowledge you, man. My bad. Welcome. We need a Van der Sar. Good night, people. What's cooking? Hey, listen, man. I'm about to go and have a nice Caesar salad with grilled chicken. That's what's cooking, man. That's what I'm gonna have. What do you have, AKS? Do you have your salad like usual, or what do you have? People, drop in the chat, man. What do you have for dinner? Or breakfast. Some of you guys could be, in the morning. Ekipsi saying that I have a striker in my manager career mode, and no joke, he would fit perfectly in Man United squad, 77 overall and 22 years. What's the name? I'm gonna write him. Let me write him down. I can look him up. Yeah, drop the name in the chat, man. Imagine we played Barca or PSG, or Nana would get. Oh my Jesus! That's what I'm saying. That's another issue, right? We want Champions League football. Yeah, Champions League football. Yes, we want. That's our ultimate goal. We're gonna get the money, but people, when we get over there to the Champions League, we're gonna be embarrassed, man. All right. Tony said I had pizza again 2 nights in a row. That's what's up. What kind of pizza? Do you usually go with the meat lovers, or you one who usually likes to have some pineapple in your pizza? Right? But yeah, so it's gonna be one of those situations that's gonna be very interesting to see what happens to Onana. I'm not sure if Osimhen will be able to come back from the Turkish league, but I might just be doubting him. Come back. Well, from the Turkish league, the contract that he has out there, is it Galatasaray? I think Galatasaray, right? The contract that he has there, he doesn't have option to staying, so he's gonna leave and he wants to come to the Premier League, right? Now, he would prefer Man United, right? But can we afford the money and his salary? That's why we see reports that Delap is leading right now the race to come to United. Because again, Delap, we thought it was 40 million. Now we hear that it's 30 million. He has a clause when he gets, if he was to get relegated, it's like 30 million, right? He comes to United. And we know Ineos and these guys, they like cheap deals, all right? So we could very well end up with Delap at United. Now, would I complain or would I be sitting here all pissed up about it? No, man. I'll take him. The kid has potential. We're just going to have to roll with it and say, you know what? For the next 5 years, we're just going to have to stick with it and just say, you know what? It is what it is. We're going to have to make it work. Because if you bring Delap, you have Rasmus, you have Zirkzee, full of unprovens in that lineup. Tony, pizza is the best comfort food. Yes. I love pizza, man. In this house, we love some pizza with all the toppings, all the meats, and a little bit of veggies on it. Let's see. Oh, that's so funny, Rexy. The way you said Tony Pizza, it sounds like a pizza shop. Yo, man, come to my shop, man. Tony Pizza. You know, um, uh, Eclipse saying his regime and his name is David Baker. Oh, okay, David Baker. All right, I'll check him out. Okay, David Baker and his goal scoring machine and the powerhouse. He's 5'6". Okay, kind of short, but doesn't matter. AKS, he said, I'm cool, fam. I'm about to make something when I go in the kitchen having a late one. That's what's up, man. You were working or something? Yeah, man, me too, man. That's why I'm gonna go with the salad because it's gonna be a little bit late when I jump off here. Tony said pepperoni, and yes, wife likes Hawaiian, and had some of that too. Yeah, Papa John's. Let's go, let's go. I like it. With the nice garlic butter. Yeah, man, good stuff. Good stuff. That's what's up, Tony. I like that. Bart says sell every single player that Ten Hag signed to afford Osherman. Ideally, that's what they would want to do. But we do owe money, man. That's the problem. We do owe money because remember, Sir Jim said even if we don't buy anybody this summer, we are writing a check for at least 100 million to go out for these payments of these players. So that's madness. Tony said that the Rexy, I just need to get back in my running form. Need to be a fit in case I get my United call up. There you go, man. Listen, hey, anything can happen with this team, man. So it's so crazy. I meant to do this video. I don't know if you guys have been seeing it on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, I see a lot of these stories about the Chinese with, there's a tariff situation going on with the US. So apparently you can get all these, you name it, and sneakers like Nikes, whatever. You can get them at a really cheap price. So I was thinking of saying, because I've been seeing all these videos, I'm like, man, this our Chinese folks, they're showing us they can get you all these nice deals at a very good price. I wonder if they have some players somewhere around there that they can sell us for cheap, man. But it's so funny. Whenever I see those videos, I start laughing. I always correlate it with United. I was like, man, what if some Chinese team somewhere say, yo, listen, United, you need players? We got you. All right. Look over here. There's a catalog. You just go through it, get some players and you're good to go. Oh man. Tony, I got you. All right, cool. Eclipse is saying it's not a real player. He's a game made player, so he's not real. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right. Salad. Okay. Rexy saying you think Delap is on the card, dude. Rexy, 100%. Delap is on the card for us. He's definitely on the card for us. It's a sad state of affairs because everybody knows at United we need a 20-goal minimum striker, right? But the way the money's set up, there's checking and savings, and the way the money goes into the checkings and the savings account, it doesn't add up. So we got to go and shop at a very low level, like, and the lap price tag is mostly like us. Bart, thank you so much for being here, man. Good to see you. Thank you so much for making an appearance. I appreciate you. Look, before you roll out, man, let us know what is the score prediction for the Manchester United game. And tomorrow, is Arsenal going to get knocked out, or Arsenal, they're going to stay the course and go on to the next round? Have a good night, man. Have a good night. But yeah, okay, good to know, 1906. You're funny, man. So yeah, let's see. Tariff free kick, tariff free striker is where it's at. I'm telling you, man, that's where we need to go. To go and say, listen, man, we need a tariff-free striker. You got one of those. Um, episode. Oh, come on, man. Shaolin Soccer? Yeah, man. I love that movie. That reminds me, I need to show my son Levi. He needs to watch that movie. That was a good movie. Shaolin Soccer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I certainly did. Okay. Nah, man, not working, just procrastinating, getting the better one. Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's what's up. Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, for sure, the lap is definitely a target for United, and from reports we see that he would prefer to come to United rather than going to Chelsea, right? So it could work this way. Chelsea could go like usual, what Chelsea does, like the way they went and took Quenda from us, and get him because they don't need have to. Chelsea doesn't have to wait for money to come in. United, we may need to wait for someone to go out before we can go to get the lap. So Chelsea can go in there, scoop him, and it's done. Now, if they do that, then they leave Oshman out there, because not a lot of teams wanna, they wanna get Oshman because Gyökeres, it looks like he may be going to Arsenal, right? Liverpool don't really need a striker like him. Chelsea, if they go the cheaper route, the lap, then Osimhen is out there ready to come in. So that's where we would have to step in, right? Yeah, 1906. I've seen that movie too. It's a good one. It's funny movie. Who have seen this movie? Oh, you speak up. Yeah, man, Tony, check it out. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Fun movie kind of thing. Man, Tony, you gotta see it. Yeah, it's football fan. Yeah, it's a good one. Um, going on my list, AKS. That's what's up. Yep, yep. Do that. Um, yeah. So yeah, this the lab story is definitely for sure. Definitely, it could be one coming in and rocking that Man United jersey. Talking about bringing in a winner, Manchester United are looking forward to welcoming Rory McIlroy back to Old Trafford following his triumph in the U.S. Masters. Sources say that he will depend on the Northern Irish schedule, right? But he's a United fan, so that was a big win for him. Definitely a big win for him. Let's see. I've been meaning to watch Ted Lasso. Yeah, I mean Ted Lasso too. I've been watching. I think I've watched first season of Ted Lasso because on Ted Lasso I follow. I don't know if you guys know KG from United View. There's Flex KG. So KG is in that Ted Lasso show, and KG is my guy, man. Dude is funny as hell. So I follow him. So I watched like the first season of Ted Lasso. It's good. It's good, especially for us here in America. It gives you that the American side of things. To me, I haven't seen it yet. Come on, 1906. Tony has seen Rush Hour, man. Norwich. Nice of you making an appearance, man. On his, let's see, the new Karate Kid movie trailer. Yeah, that looks good too. It looks different. It looks different. But the thing is, with that new Karate Kid, they don't look like they're. It looks more like a kung fu rather than a karate. So it's different. It's different. Now, for you, if some of you guys have young kids, you definitely need to watch the Minecraft movie. We went to see that. That was pretty good. I liked it. The Minecraft movie was pretty good. Let's see, 1906. Yeah, Chris Tucker. Yeah, man. Never touch Batman's ready. What's the status on right wing back? The AKS right wing back, we are looking to try to solve that from within. That could be the game plan because of again, Quenda was the one we were looking for, and because we missed him, um, I don't think we're not prioritizing that side because you have, of course, you have Dalot who can cover, you have Ahmed Diallo who can cover that side, so they may try to solve it within for now. Prioritize all the money that we have, maybe on a striker and maybe getting another midfielder for sure, or maybe a 10 because listen, we are also heavily linked with Cunha, right? So if we can get a Cunha comes in. Now Cunha also has a 60 million release clause. Now we may have to pay a little bit more than 60 to bring him in installments, right? If we just pay the 60, we have to pay the whole thing up front. But we cannot do that, so we're going to have to pay above the 60 release clause, which is going to be maybe 62, 63. That way we can break that amount down. Okay, the same way that we did with Zirkzee. We brought in Zirkzee that way. We did not pay the entire release clause up front. So we get in Acuna. Cunha comes in. Dude, if we sign Cunha, I'll be boosted because Cunha is that guy who's going to bring us that tenacity in that number 10 position. He can play on the left 10, right 10, even up top as a 9. So that's going to be interesting to see if we can get him. But if we can get him, that will be good business. Now, a lot of people are talking about Cunha has an attitude situation. You may be bringing in another issue in that dressing room, which you don't want. I don't believe that. Even if it does, sometimes you need a little bit of a fighter, in that dressing room, like another Licha, one of those characters, and it's okay to have those people. Cantona was one of those guys. When they came in, he had that reputation of being a bad boy kind of thing, right? But Cantona came to United and became king, right? So it's one of those you need those characters. So yeah, let's see what else is going on. So tomorrow, people, score prediction. Actually, let me see who is starting in this game against Bayern. 89%. All right, I see most of you guys want Bayern to start. Why? Krutos, what up? No player is bigger than the club, Sir Alex. Yeah. So question. So you're saying Bayern because is Bayern better than Onana? Bayern also has some issues. But I think in this team on Thursday, I think Onana is going to start, people. I think Onana is starting because I'm thinking, yeah, you benched him. You want to bring him back because just in case he stays, you need him to still have that belief that he's still in the coach's good favors, whatever, right? But if you don't play him, then you are stuck with a goalkeeper who is you're actually number one, feeling like he really should be. He's not wanted, or that confidence will be shot because this is our biggest game. In your biggest game, you want to play your best players. You're number one. So, no playing Onana, his confidence will be shot, right? So it's one of those. Now, you want to play Onana maybe because if we do go through, you want that player to still have that confidence, right? If you bench him, Bayern starts, it means Bayern is going to have to carry us through the end of the season, maybe, right? Or to the end of the competition. What Bayern gives us is if we go to penalty, I don't even want to think about penalties. But if we go to penalties, Bayern is better. So Ruben Amorim has a big job ahead of him to figure out who is going to start. You You start Onana, you give him his confidence back, knowing that okay, he still has hope. Right? You play Bandier, you pretty much isolate. You're done with the Onana because biggest game and he's holding bench. So there you go. We're gonna leave it there because I see that 1906 here. Uh, guys, let's grow up, man. Come on. All right. All right. Tomorrow's game, Arsenal winning. Rashford is making a new Netflix documentary called United Treated Me Like Really Crutos. And I'm reading that. Come on, man. All right. I'm saying Arsenal. I think Arsenal is going to get through. Right? I think Arsenal is going to get through in this game. But on that note, let's call it a night or a morning or afternoon. People, thank you so much for being here, smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. You guys are legend. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so much for the support. I will see you on the next one. Salut. Have a good evening. All right, people, take care of yourselves.